go to a random draw and go, yeah, leaf through a few. I don't think this is the kind of Instagram image that takes hours to set up and agonise over. Now, admittedly, it could be a time sink if you got a bit excited by looking at all the old questions, but I kind of think there is control here. Toronto Reference Library, because they actually do have a reference library as one of the branches in the Toronto Public Library system. It's like 4 floors big kind of reference library, so quite large. It is a public library. It's a reference library. But they're using that particular Facebook account as a way of going, you can ask us questions. Please ask us questions, which I think is a nice way of telling you. Everyone isn't going to tweet something through with a hashtag. San Francisco Public Library has a helpful page with going, you can text us, you can chat us, we can email reference. I think BrainFuse sounds as an interesting way for a homework one, but also telephone reference and frequently asked questions. So on this one page, they're setting expectations quite clearly so that even if you text or chat, we'll do what we can briefly for a factual question. If you ask us something really in-depth, it'll be 2 days. So it's a nice way of making expectations really, really clear, because I think that's important, because with more instant mediums, it's really tempting to think, oh, look, I've sent this off now, I'm going to get an answer right away. Maybe. And from the way they're saying it, it is maybe. If you're using their chat or text, you will get a fairly immediate response. But if you ask them a really involved question, like the example of the hairy grubs, that's going to take a little bit longer. It's going to need more background work. But clear setting of expectations, which is really helpful, because then you're saying, we'll do this, but this is what you should expect from us. New York Public Library, again, this is their chat interface. So it's, it's fairly plain, but you're actually live chatting with someone. This is gratuitous animal shot, because this is how they've combined their information services this month, their promotion, with actually changing how their website looks. So it's Pet Month, and they've not just got the banner at the top, they've got various pets down the side. I actually thought this was one of the most impressive websites I'd seen for a while, because it was actually just taking a holistic approach to their information provision and combining a change to their website with their various services. And also on their Twitter stream, they have their different information options. And because they are a bilingual community, like they're a multilingual community, but they have 2 massive language groups of English and Spanish, they actually run Spanish language services at the same level. So they are running Spanish language Twitter and various things, so that you actually know you can ask a question in Spanish. It might work better if you tweet it to OCLS Espanol, but hopefully they would also respond if you tweeted to their normal, their other account. There are helpful links looking at various other ways that libraries are using this, and these will be available through SlideShare. So it's really, this was one that was discussed because it is an area where people can ask questions, but it's also thinking about, are you actually monitoring your social media streams in case someone asks a question, or do you find out about it too late and they're really frustrated that you missed it 5 days ago on Facebook? So whoever's monitoring and managing your social media accounts in the Library and Council probably needs to be a bit aware about some of the referrals, and it might even be having a friendly chat with some of your social media person in Council, or whoever manages it in your library, to make them aware of how, yes, please do refer these things to us in a timely manner. Let us know about them. But it could also be that you think about how you're promoting your reference and information services through the various social media streams. Maybe databases in your area go really well on Facebook and are a bit flat on, I don't know, Instagram. Could be the other way, or maybe Twitter is the way that all your hardcore database users find out about things. But sometimes it's about proactively putting information out there and seeing how people respond, because if you're kind of going, hey, we can answer questions, maybe people will come and ask you more questions through social media. And it could also be that then you need a page like San Francisco Public Library has with the, well, you're asking us a question, but these are how we will manage it. These are our expectations back to you, so that you're not actually feeling, because we didn't answer it in 5 minutes, that, you know, we're a failure, that it is actually, this is how we monitor it and so on. So definitely think about that. So are any of you proactively using social media as a way of encouraging people to ask questions, or do you kind of occasionally get people who ask questions and then it kind of, yeah, how does that work?
We use Facebook and they message us, and we actually have a set standard response out of hours, and it just says we'll get back to you, and they'll very much contact you in our warehouse, and then we contact them straight up.
What kind of volume of inquiries?
We probably get half a dozen, possibly a week, and it depends. If we're having if we have about a half a dozen queries, and some of them could be just to do with an event, or something that's going on in the council, the region. But there are some that are, you know, reference queries. But yeah, we can't answer it on the weekend. So Monday morning, and there's about 4 of us that have actually got that ability to reach out and reply to these people.
That sounds really good. Anyone else? No. Okay. I'd say have a talk with Goldman later on if you're not already doing this then. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. And I'd now like to welcome Samson Leung, who is from the City of Canada Bay, and he's going to talk about his pop-up library reference service.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Samson, and I'm the reference librarian of the City of Canada Bay Library Services. This morning, I would like to talk about our reference services by using pop-up library. Since the mobile technology, the internet and mobile technologies have become overwhelmingly popular, our reference collection are shrinking and moving online. With the shifts, we noticed that a lot of the library users will search for information by themselves using the internet. Instead of having the user to search information, we started to promote and educate them the resources which will help them to find reliable information. So this is this picture is the first library we have in 2015, and during previous reference meeting and seminar, we love the idea of the pop-up library. We think that the library will provide us the opportunity for the library staff to go out the library and reach out to our community instead of them coming to us. We just break the boundary of the library wall, so we go out to reach out to them. We also felt that we can take the opportunity to help our community to find their information using our online reference resources. So we decided to use pop-up library to promote our reference online reference resources to our community. By doing that, we will have the opportunity to promote our resources and library services to non-library users. So to run the pop-up library, we need furniture that are lightweight, eco-friendly and reusable. We choose carpet furniture. So you can see down at the bottom that we are using the carpet furniture. Since we decided to run the library alongside with council events and festivals, we may not use the furniture if we are assigned with the council store. We also include the following items for the library. You can see that we particularly have a brand iPad 4 stand. This stand is to hold an iPad so that the community can join the library straight away or to sign up for our e-newsletters. We always encourage the community to join and start using our online resources and sign up our e-newsletters to stay in touch. We also provide library t-shirt for our library staff. So you can see that our library t-shirt over there. Our library marketing coordinator had designed a roll-up banner for us so that when we go out, it's highlighted that we are from the library. So this is the banner. We also prepare QR codes for quick and easy access to our online resources. The next thing is people love show bags. So we prepare show bags which contain our library's promotional materials such as event and program flyers, online resources bookmark, preloaded USBs, lollies, and special items such as I love my library pencils, which we gave out earlier this year. When there's a festival such as a Chinese New Year or Fairy Costa or something like that, we always put something special into the show bags. Such as the Chinese New Year, we put gold corn chocolates and some Chinese goodie into the bags to create the relevance atmosphere. We also bring along library guides, including the multicultural one for the people to take. We also provide library membership form, but this will go very soon because we are moving online registration. All these tools and equipment, we need a brand library car for transportation. We use 3 iPads with mobile data for the library. They allow us to access our online resources anytime so that we can show and demonstrate to the community our online resources. The community can also use them to join, as I mentioned before, to join the library and also sign up for e-newsletters. And we also the technology of QR code to create quick and easy access to our online resources. We order brand USB and preloaded them with selected online resources targeting the students for their assignments and research. People can just plug in the USB into their computer and laptops, and they can access to our online resources. We use Instagram to post our pop-up library during the session to promote for promotion, which includes the time and the location of the library. We also link it to our Facebook accounts for instant updates and extra reach using relevant hashtag to the specific events. For example, Fairy Costa, which is a very popular event for our council, or Concord Card Info. So when the public approach us and show interest in finding out more information and know more, we will use iPad to show them our online reference collections and explain to them what they can get out of from the resources. For families with school students, we will show them the encyclopedias such as Britannica and Wellbook, and some history databases and certain EBSCO database for them to help them to research and do assignments. For year 11 and 12 students, we will introduce them and show them our HSC resources. For adults, we will introduce them to our ebook, e-magazines collection, and other reference resources such as Choice Online and other online resources that interest to them. We always refer the public back to the library if they require physical books. During the pop-up library, we record the number of people visited the library. The number of visits reflects the number of people taking certain materials, such as the showback, library guides, or having conversation with us about our library resources. We also record the number of people sign up for online memberships and our e-news. For future practice, we are considering to promote other reference collections such as Find Legal Answers and the Drug Info, but mainly focus on the online content. Conclude, by running the pop-up library, we found that there's a significant number of our community who are not aware of our library online resources. And it also confirmed that we have been able to reach out to the non-library users. Because of the findings, we will continue to run our library. Thank you. So any questions? Yes?
Two questions. Firstly, how many of these pop-out events have you had? And secondly, how popular do you think they've been in terms of statistics?
We try to do it annually, around at least 4 years a time, four times a year. Each time it depends on the events we tie into. Let's say to our major council events like Ferry Costa, we have thousands of people coming in. So the statistic was pretty good, and we have the highest statistic we have more than 100 people visited our library. That visit is, as I mentioned before, is really have conversation, and with the staff we can show them our resources. So which is, I think, is a very good number. And we don't have that figure, but we believe that they will go back to, because we have all the resources for them to bring them back to the library. We have bookmarks, we have library guides, all included in the showbacks. And also we have, as I mentioned before, we have the USB as well. So they can always easily go back to the library. And what else we do? We encourage them to sign the e-newsletters to keep in touch. And we give them the library membership form. And I heard that there's a few times that people took the forms from us. They go straight to our library to sign in to get the membership cards. Yeah. Yes.
Have you found that after you've done one of the pop-up libraries, that you get a spike in what the resources use?
It's very hard to predict. It's go up, but we are not 100% sure this is from the pop-up library because they're all using the same access, the library card number. So we try to find it out, and we try to find out whether they are coming from. And also that's bring to another thing is our library website is not a well-designed website for the moment, and people have to search for a few layers before they can access to our resources. So that's one of the drawbacks. Yes.
So where you've tied in with major council events and sort of added that this is a council thing, but we're also providing a library pop-up service. Have you found that there are other parts within council that are planning to do an event or a thing and starting to think about, we'll get the library pop-up to come along? Do you think there's actually been a bit more of that engagement and collaboration within council that's included in the pop-up?
Yes, that's why we always invited to, because we do our first pop-up 2015. We have a good relationship with our place manager. So whatever there's an event, they always will invite us to go back to have the presence over there. So to promote the library service to our community. So it's sort of like we already, it's been 2 years already, and we set up a relationship with the council. Whenever they organize an event, they will ask if you want to have a store over there or have a presence over there. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So mainly we target on the students for the homework, like the history databases, which is very popular, the modern history, ancient history, and also some of the World Book, Britannica, and we all subscribe to the World Villages Online, so that we have a few local high school. They study they're Catholic school, so they're quite popular with the World Villages Online. So we load it up over there, and some other EBSCO database as well. Because when we order the USB, we have the option to free download the data. So we just provide the supplier the link, what we want, and then they will download for us. As I said, mainly the USB is targeting for the students. Yes.
To be congratulated.
Thank you.
It's good. Bring the library to the people. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what we think as well. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Sorry, Sonny. You mentioned that you go out to large events. Do you also just go to like a large shopping centre, or unless you're going to any school, as you say, you're targeting students? Do you ever have a relationship with the high
Yes,
school?
we do go to the school, primary school and high school. But the small, like the shopping centre, we thought about it, but not at this stage, because to go out something like that, we need some others. We need to think of some other planning and preparation as well. It's not as easy as to go out to the council, go out tied into the council events. There's some risk assessment we need to take into as well. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Samson. It's lunchtime. So from 12 o'clock, we'll be having lunch in the Macquarie room just next door, and we'll restart back here at 1 o'clock. Thank you.